Hi internet friends! Today we are talking about Pinterest summer 2024 trends. Now on May 22nd, Pinterest posted their trend report, and this is all based on data-driven trends. That's basically how they break it down, is all using data. Now, when I post my trend prediction videos, I use typically Vogue runway, street style photos, things that have been going on for the last 6 months to reinforce what I think is going to be trending. However, with Pinterest, when they post these trend reports, it's all based on data. I do have to say this skews to a lot more younger generation and demographic. Youths. So it's interesting. I will say a lot of these trends I personally won't be participating in, but you know what? That doesn't really matter when the masses are speaking and they are saying this is what's trending. Also, this is very much off the cuff, off the fly, whatever the right term would be, on the fly, off the cuff. I didn't do as much research for this video as I typically do for other trending videos. I am just gonna be reading the list and like reacting as I go along. So if you want a little bit more detailed researched reaction, definitely take a look at some of my older trend videos. Without further ado, let's jump into these Pinterest trends. Maximalist summer fashion. This is like big, bold, highlighted. This is at the top of the prediction. This is what they're telling us is gonna happen. Maximalism is back. I've been hoping for maximalism to come back for quite a while, although I do think it's really funny that it's coming back now because I've definitely toned down my style since I've moved to Florida. So for me personally, I think, I don't know if I will be participating in very much of these maximalism trends. Per Pinterest, bold fashion offers a means of creativity and confidence, empowering individuals to break free from conventional norms and embrace their own distinct style. Little conflicting words when we're going over a trends list because this is what the masses are searching and researching. I think a lot of the maximalism trends that are going on right now aren't really rooted in individuality. I think a lot of it are things that you're seeing over and over again, and that's okay. I think maximalism can be broken down into a lot of different genres though. For me, I think avant-garde, I think of surrealism, that can be considered maximalist fashion. And then I also think of like bold, vibrant hues from the 1960s and the 1970s and kind of embodying this like bright, I mean, we call it now dopamine dressing. I think it's fun that maximalism fashion gives people the opportunity to express their own style. That's really how it breaks down. And yeah, I see no harm done in if you have fun with your fashion and you want to be a maximalist. I've talked about this before in the past, but me personally, my finances don't always speak to maximalism. And I think that's an important step to take in your fashion choices. I think as people who follow the fashion space, we don't really talk about this as much as we probably should. But Instagram and Pinterest and a lot of these places that speak so openly about fashion aren't really breaking down the nuances of finances and what goes into creating these aesthetics. I really had to come to terms myself with the fact that I just point blank cannot financially be in a maximalist era. Doesn't mean that in the future I couldn't like start collecting these garments and slowly but surely ease into the idea of maximalism. For me personally, I have found a safety net in the idea of classic dressing just based on the fact that like my income level is not that of a maximalist person. I love following people who have maximalist aesthetics though. Trini London comes to mind and Carla Rockmore comes to mind. But again, these are people who are in a different category of financial status and they have had, you know, decades to collect these fashion trends. And I think that's something that we failed to talk about. So anyways, leave it to me to go down a nuanced path of talking about fashion. This is why I don't do like unresearched videos, is because I will literally go on a tangent about whatever's on my brain. So let's quickly move on. Embracing tomboy femme, up 3,900% in search. Baggy outfit ideas, oversized jerseys, tomboy chic, and green cargos. Green cargos are always a big time love affair that I have had. I especially have always loved the kind of like army green, distressed baggy cargo pants. That has been something that has gone in and out of my personal style for years. I think it can be an either refined look or a very like dressed down tomboy vibe. The oversized jersey though, I think was the most surprising one that I saw on this list, but at the end of the day, it's just really an evolution from the soccer jersey that we saw last year, and now it's just the oversized jersey in general. I'm seeing a lot with like oversized Bermuda denim shorts and then the oversized jersey. You know what it is? It is elevated Adam Sandler. I think it is the Adam Sandler trend that every person has embraced post-pandemic life and has just really enjoyed embracing the fact that, you know what, some days you just gotta dress like Adam Sandler. When I go for walks at night, I dress like Adam Sandler and I own it. I own every second of it. Give me the oversized, comfortable vibe, okay? There is no shame in dressing like Adam Sandler. Rocker chic, alt baddie, rock and roll outfits, leather wear, and 80s new wave fashion. 80s new wave fashion was obviously my personal favorite to see on this list because I love thrifting 80s. I find it so fascinating though that recently a trend that I've been seeing on TikTok and Instagram, I should just say Instagram because I don't have a TikTok, but I know they're like kind of one and the same these days. The girls embracing this new wave aesthetic as an everyday lifestyle. I find it so fascinating because this is a generation that was completely removed from that fashion aesthetic. And it reminds me of my generation being in our early 20s and embracing the twee aesthetic. We weren't born in that generation. We didn't see it firsthand, but we embraced the twee aesthetic as if it was our own. And we almost like costume dressed in these outfits. I just can't help but have this realization that when I started for selling vintage and talking to people about it that were in different age groups, and you could see the reaction on their faces when I would talk about like how old the garments were or, you know, what decade they were from, and they're staring at me like duh, I know that decade because I was born in it, or, you know, whatever case. And now I'm of the age and realization that there are people coming of age and dressing in the decade that I was born into. I am always interested in it from the standpoint of like, one, it's saving these garments from the landfill, so no harm, no foul. It's almost a costume feeling to your average person, but to the people wearing the outfits, it's literally a lifestyle. It is how they choose to wake up every single day and live their life, and they commit to it. Like, they commit to the bit. They are in it 100%. So anyways, that was my tangent for that one. How many followers do I lose just because I go on random tangents? That's what I want to know. So I just Googled alt baddie because I wasn't quite sure what it was going to look like, and it's very much just like a scene style dressing. You look at the scene kids from the early 2000s and realize that the scene kids were just copying the like 80s and 90s punk era, and it just kind of evolved from there. So now it's alt baddie. Corpcore, corporate chic, geek chic, pinstripe pants, vests and skirts, and batik blazers. I think corpcore is a tongue tie to say in itself, but I would easily say that translates into the 90s trend. Definitely see how that has become such a big trend. Y3K aesthetic. This is very much futurism coming out. What is fashion gonna look like in the year 3000? These are their best guesses. Y3K outfits, retro future fashion, silver sneaker outfits, lime green outfit ideas. I personally don't feel like I've seen this translated in real life, but I do think more and more people existing online in an online persona, you are seeing this kind of translated in a futuristic way online. When you see people dressed regularly day to day, I don't know, I don't see this as much as you probably would in the bigger cities. Maybe if I still lived in Los Angeles, I would see it a lot more. Maybe if I lived in New York, I would see it a lot more. Out here in Florida, I do not see very much futuristic fashion. But I think the perspective this trend takes is maybe more of a dystopian look, where I would like to see more of a like positive spin on how can we get clothes to answer a lot of the problems that we're having right now. That would be nice. That would be a good future to me. Patterns and new silhouettes, striped linen pants, gingham shorts, By the way, gingham shorts are up 770% in search. I think that is probably one of the biggest trends that I'm seeing on this list. Leopard print, bikini, bubble skirt, and puff skirt. Striped linen pants, I think, falls back into the corporate aesthetic that's going on right now, which I personally have really embraced this style because I think this is such a polished way to present yourself. So I'm having fun experimenting with this, and I also think it's a trend that is very easily accessible at any thrift store and for a good, affordable price. So very much on board for the striped linen pants. Gingham shorts, I think just shorts in general right now that are either gingham or striped are huge. They are everywhere. Make it big jewelry. This is the one and probably the only one on the list that I think reflects what I reported on my trends list. Maximalist jewelry, eclectic jewelry, chunky gold jewelry, charm necklace, bag charms, thigh jewelry. What the heck is thigh jewelry? What is that? It is literally just that, thigh jewelry. It just wraps around your thigh. That is very interesting and very early 2000s. That seems like something that I would have done when I was on vacation. Maximalist jewelry in general though, I really do think that is something that is big this season. I have a couple pieces myself that I love that are just like chunky gold charm necklaces. I also see a lot of people like layering, just like layers and layers and layers of gold jewelry. Charm necklaces are huge, bag charms. I just did not see thigh jewelry coming in at all. I truly did not see thigh jewelry though on that list. That's fascinating to me. I'm gonna leave a link down below to the trend list that I used to make this video because there are also a lot of like home decor trends. Not really something that I personally cover on my channel. I just embrace a very minimalist like white wall background aesthetic. So wrong person to look for that. I will say though, Nancy Meyers is one of the highest searched items on this trend list, and I can totally understand why. I mean, Nancy Meyers created some fantastic movies. So, I mean, something's gotta give. It's complicated. The holiday, who doesn't want that cottage in the holiday? Actually, I would probably gladly take Cameron Diaz's house, but you know, that's just me. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Let me know how you guys felt about some of these like off the cuff, on the fly videos. I think I said that right this time. This was a lot of fun. It was very unplanned. I just saw this and I was like, that's a video right there. I also have to laugh because this eye has been twitching the entire video. And I know that's from eye strain. I don't know what I did to strain my eye that much, but yeah, it was nonstop twitching. So if you caught that, I'm sorry if it was distracting. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. My eye is still twitching like crazy and I will see you. Oh yeah, if you like this video, I have some other ones you might enjoy and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.